Hello friends, welcome to this video. Now in the previous three videos you must have seen that I have discussed about the VLOOKUP function. One was focusing on the VLOOKUP function with the exact match, the second one was focusing on VLOOKUP function with the approximate match, and the third video was focusing on that what are the various rules that you have to follow while using the VLOOKUP function. So if you have not seen these three videos, then please go to those previous three videos and it will give you a good help. Now in this video, I'll be discussing another important function of the lookup group that is known as the HLOOKUP. So let us see that what is this HLOOKUP and then how it is different from the VLOOKUP function. We'll be first of all saying what is this HLOOKUP. We'll see the syntax and then we'll see the practical part. So the HLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel is similar to VLOOKUP, but instead of searching vertically, that is down a column, it searches horizontally, that is across a row. So this is a small difference between the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP. Then in VLOOKUP, we search down, we search vertically. So that's why it is known as VLOOKUP, vertical lookup, and the HLOOKUP is known as horizontal lookup. So in horizontal lookup or HLOOKUP, we search horizontally. That is, we search in a row. It looks for a value in the first row of a table and returns a value from another row in the same column. Now the syntax of the HLOOKUP is almost similar to the VLOOKUP. So in the HLOOKUP also we have here, first of all, the first argument is lookup value. That is the value you want to search for in the first row. Then the second argument is talking about the table array. So table array means you have to select the whole table. That is also known as lookup table. Then we are having the row index number. Now see here, this is the difference. In the VLOOKUP, we were having the third argument as column index number, while in the HLOOKUP, we are having the third argument as row index number because we are going horizontally. That's why we will be focusing on the rows. So row index number, that is the third argument, and the fourth argument is just similar to VLOOKUP, that is the range lookup. So we have already discussed about the exact match and approximate match. Please watch out these previous videos on VLOOKUP. So now here we are having an example for the horizontal lookup. Here we are entering the product code. Currently the product code here it is XP200. And now here I want to know the warehouse 1 inventory for this particular product. So I've already got here 150 because I've used here the HLOOKUP. Now here I want to know the warehouse 2 inventory and the warehouse 3 inventory for this particular product, that is XP200. Now this is the table that I want to fill. Now definitely I require a lookup table also. So my lookup table is over here in this another sheet, which is known as master inventory list sheet. So in the master inventory list sheet, I'm having here the main table or the lookup table. So here we are having the product code XP100, XP200, XP300, AX10, AX25 and AX50. Now these are the three warehouse details. We have already got here XP200. For XP200 the warehouse 1 inventory is 150. That is what we see over here. Now here I want to know the warehouse 2 inventory for the XP200 product. So that is, it will be 110, and for warehouse 3 it will be 115. Let us see over here how to get this value 110 from this lookup table. So here in this cell I write here again equal to HL. As I said in the previous video that I don't write down the whole function because I may commit a spelling mistake. So I simply write down the initials equal to HL. So I get here HLOOKUP. Press tab button, and now what I said in the previous video, that instead of writing like this, if you are new to this VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, then better you click this FX button here, insert function FX. I click on it, and now here I have to fill up this dialog box. So lookup value will be this one, that is whatever I write down in this cell, that is B33. So that is my lookup value. I have to take this product code and then I have to go to the lookup table. So in the table array, I click inside this table array, and now I have to go to this master inventory list sheet. You see that now in the table array the master inventory list sheet is written here. Now I have to select this whole table. Now see here the table is small, so I can use my mouse to select the whole table. So I select this whole table here. So now it is written here A2:G5. Now see, in the previous video you must have seen that we are having the concept of absolute reference and mixed reference. So here we'll be going for the absolute reference. So what we have to do, that we have to fix up this table, because for any lookup value the table range will be this one only, that is A2:G5. So I can also directly type here $A$2:$G$5. So I can click over here in this A2, press F4 key. So now it becomes $A$2. Then I click over here in the G5, press F4 key. Now it is becoming $G$5. So I've already fixed the range here, absolute reference. Now I have to write down here row index number. In the VLOOKUP we were writing column index number. Here in the HLOOKUP we have to type the row index number. Now see, I want to get the warehouse 2 inventory in this cell, that is B36. So I have to go to this main table, main table is master inventory list table. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, that in the row index number or column index number, you don't have to write down the sheet name. You have to write down just the number, no sheet name. So I'll be removing this sheet name here from the row index number. I have to just write down the number here. So see, for warehouse 2 row, what is the row index number? It will be 3. Why it will be 3? Because this product code row, its row index number will be 1. Warehouse 1 will have the row index number 2. Warehouse 2 row will be having the row index number 3, and warehouse 3 will be having the row index number equal to 4. So here I want to get the details of warehouse 2. So warehouse 2 row index number will be here 3. See, don't consider this particular row, because you see that here I'm having the blank row on the top of the table. So you have to ignore those blank rows. You have to always start with this first row in your main table. So row index number, I'll be typing here 3. You see that now I'm getting here the answer 110. I have not written anything in the range lookup. You can also keep it here blank, or you can also write down here false or 0 if you want to have the exact match. So I've written here false till the answer is 110. I click on OK button, and now you see I'm getting here 110. So for XP200, the warehouse to inventory is 110. You can check it over here. XP200, the warehouse to inventory is 110. Now here, just like in the VLOOKUP video, what I did that I had written the formula in the first cell and then I dragged the formula down. It will be a little bit tricky for the HLOOKUP, because here if I drag the formula down, you see I'm getting here NA. Let us check here why it is NA. If I double click here, so first of all, what is written here? Equal to HLOOKUP bracket B34. B34 means the lookup value. Now see, earlier we had taken this B33, but now it is B34, because when we drag the formula down, B33 becomes B34. That is the relative reference. So here I have to fix up this particular cell, because for whichever inventory I want to know, this cell will be fixed. That is B33 has to be fixed. So I can fix up this lookup value. Okay, I've already fixed up the range here for the table array. But now what is the problem here? That I have to also change the row index number. For warehouse 2, the row index number was 3. But for warehouse 3, the row index number will be 4. So normally I would not suggest you to use this drag formula in this HLOOKUP. It will not work properly. So better you write down here again the formula with the HLOOKUP, and then you will get the answer perfectly. So this is what we mean by the HLOOKUP. One last point before we wind up this video, that is HLOOKUP is not that much famous compared to VLOOKUP. Why? Because if you see these kind of table that we have used here, you see these kind of table are not common. Normally we create a vertical table like this one. That is what we have seen here in the master employee list sheet. So these kind of vertical table we are creating in our day-to-day life. But this kind of horizontal table, we are not that much accustomed. So that's why HLOOKUP is not that much famous as VLOOKUP. Normally, if you go to the industry, they will always talk about the VLOOKUP. They will not talk about the HLOOKUP. But still, you should know what is this HLOOKUP and in which situation you should use the HLOOKUP. Whenever you are having the horizontal table like this, then you use the HLOOKUP. But whenever you are having the vertical table like this, which is the common scenario, then you have to use the VLOOKUP. In the HLOOKUP also, if you have seen my previous video where I discuss about the various rules for the VLOOKUP, this is what we had seen in the previous video, the rules of VLOOKUP, almost the same rules are also applying for the HLOOKUP also. So in the HLOOKUP also, this product code row, its position should be always first position. I cannot shift the position of this product code row. Yeah, suppose if I cut this product code row, and if I paste it over here, so now my product code is between the warehouse 1 row and the warehouse 2 row. Now if I go to the HLOOKUP, you see here I'm getting here NA. So here this is your lookup row. Let me undo. So this product code is your lookup row. This lookup row always has to be at the topmost position. While in the case of VLOOKUP, the lookup column has to be always at the leftmost position. So these are some of the rules which are available. But now whatever the drawbacks that we have seen in the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, now in the next video I'll be discussing about the index function. Then another video will be on match function. And then in the upcoming videos, I'll be also discussing about that how to use the combination of index and match function. And then finally, we'll also see the functions that is known as XLOOKUP, which is much more powerful than the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. And then we'll see finally the last function in lookup group that is known as lookup function. So see you in the next video. Thank you very much.